checking something. Seems she wants me to get this out of my system right now before I do this, and problem is I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, because I was at work all day today, or not all day, but most of the day, and I haven't done much here and all that jazz. So and terribly sorry about Carlu the other day. Today, she originally was going to be rescheduled for September 23rd, but then we hit a something happened, and consider her to be determined for right now. Let's just put it that way. She'll still do the show, but she's just to be determined for right now. And I'm sorry this one's a little later than I usually do, but I will have a episode for y'all tomorrow night. It'll also be a Night Owl special, but it'll be a little earlier. It'll be at around 9 p.m. EST, 8 CST, depending on where you live. And then I'll probably have another Night Owl special featuring Miss Jenny Grace. So I still got some singers for this week. So my good luck spell so far, we're hitting pay dirt and continuing to, so off to a good somewhat start, I guess you could say. I don't know how long I'm going to keep at this angle. But anyway. Now Family Guy is at 11. It was 10 o'clock last night, Adult Swim. Now you put American Dad back at 10. You guys are really confusing me. Adult Swim I'm referring to. Don't worry, you'll see my pretty face in a minute. What you mean pretty? You ugly. True. Very true. Haha, risked myself. But yeah, like I said, Sarah tonight. Followed by Melissa Sherry tomorrow. And Carlu will still happen. But she's just been downgraded to a to be determined. Telling you guys, life in this facility fucking sucks. I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. Hello. Yeah, I did not realize that Sarah lived in Australia. I didn't realize Carlu lived in Australia for that matter either. But, yeah, that's why it's a little later than it usually is. Let me give her a few minutes. She should be showing up here soon. If nothing else, I'll transport her over here. Yeah, I did a long day of clothes sorting and folding and whatnot. I mean, it's pretty simple stuff, but it can get exhausting. Believe me, I've had a bunch of OJTs I've failed at in the past, and then, you know, you don't fail at a bunch of places and not pick up on anything. So happy I have 2 days of work this week, plus my live streams to keep me company. Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna get her over here, right now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna come over here so I can do the applause thing. So my guest tonight is a very talented, very popular singer-songwriter in the land of Australia. I thought she was in Tennessee all this time, but apparently I was wrong. See, there I go again. Every single time I try to do... I don't know what it is with me when I do my Australian accents. I make them British. And then, like, I'm trying to sound Australian, but it spits out New Zealandish. Oh, I gotta run away here on my shirt. Hang on a minute. Let me refill my jug. And I'll start the introduction over again. I'll give her plenty of time to show up. Okay. And so, I guess tonight has a lot of projects going on. She hails from the land of Australia, which I did not realize until recently. You know her from her solo acts from her Red Wine EP, but you can now be more accustomed to the music she puts out with her band Southbound, or not Southbound, Southbound, and her other one, Create Your Own Cult, which I thought was what she was actually telling me to do, and I was like, start your own cult. Hey now, wait, whoa. But in all actuality, it's her pop rock band, actually. But anyways, let's welcome one very spicy Aussie, Miss Sarah Bernardo. Yeah, my episode with Melissa Cherie tomorrow. That one will be a little earlier. I'll get through it as best I can. I'm a big boy, I can do it.
Yo.
Yo.
How we going?
Not too bad.
All right.
Ugh, man. But yeah, definitely put in a good word with me for me with Andrea possibly. That would really help.
I
Um
definitely will.
so how's life in Australia been?
Oh, pretty boring lately. Just been in lockdown for the last 3 months now. So just trying to be as creative and busy as possible. But not much we can do. Everything's kind of out of our control. Just preparing for when things hopefully open up soon. But yeah, I've just been making a lot of TikToks, writing some songs, and just trying to create as much content as I possibly can.
Yeah, it's kind of sort of me with my assisted facility life. Stuck here after losing my father, and it's like a secondary lockdown, but of a worse debacle.
Yeah.
But, uh, but yeah. So have you actually toured USA before?
No, I've been to the States. So I'm originally from Canada. So I've been to the States heaps of times. I played at a bar in New York City for like this open mic thing. And then me and my sister actually braved the crowds in Times Square and played a couple of songs when we were visiting there. But other than that, we haven't really done much in America. I played heaps in Canada, mainly in Ontario. And then I've done a couple of little tours here and there in Australia.
Well, it's like I said, and I'm not going to get into the story again, even though I've said it multiple times on here already enough as it is. If I ever do see you stateside, I hope you can come as close to Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete, Florida as you possibly can, because it's unfortunately the only way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we hope to do a vast majority of the states when we get over there. Really take our advantage of getting overseas and trying to visit as many places as we can and play. But time will tell once things reopen up. So
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. We got places like Orlando and Key West and everything, and they're great places. Don't get me wrong, but when you factor in my situation and my psyche transportation right now, those are the things you gotta take take thought about. And speaking of taking thought about, let me backtrack to what you just said. You say you're from Canada originally?
yeah. So I was in Canada until I was 22, and then I decided to make the big trip to Australia, and I've been here ever since. So that was in 2016 in November. I got here.
Really? So why of all places was Australia the winner?
So originally, I actually wanted to go to New Zealand. All my life, I'd never actually wanted to go to Australia because all you see is like snakes, spiders, sharks, and I'm like, you know what? None of that really appeals to me. But I'd gone on a solo trip out west to Banff, Alberta, and I'd done like some snowboarding and stuff out there, and to visit one of my best friends from high school. And while I was there, I saw this blogger on Reddit, and he posted about his year in New Zealand and why you should visit. And I'm like, cool, they've got surf, they've got snow. This looks like the place for me. So I got back from my trip and I'm telling my mom that I want to go to New Zealand. And she's like, you're not going to a foreign country where you don't know anybody. So right after I visited my best friend out west, she had actually moved down a couple weeks after to Australia because her aunt and uncle were living here. So I was like, I guess I'm going to Australia then because Tanel's there. And I just kind of needed to get out of where I was. Not that I don't love where I'm from, but I'd been there my whole life, and I just wanted a total change. So yeah, that's kind of where I ended up. I don't think I expected to be here as long as I am, but I do definitely love it.
True.
Australia is definitely my home now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm getting tired of Florida,
I've
just
been
in
to Florida.
general.
I've been to Florida a couple times. I
When
was
and where?
Okay, so I mean, I've obviously done Orlando and stuff, Disney when I was a kid. Been a couple other places in Florida, but I've spent a lot of time like Sarasota, like around
Oh,
the Keys and stuff. Uh, what
a
was
couple
the
months ago, Sarasota may have been a possibility if the circumstances were different as well, of course. But still, man.
yeah. So yeah, around the Keys, around Sarasota, I've spent some time there. So really beautiful. I don't not recommend it.
Yeah, especially if you don't have your life together like me.
We'll get
Definitely not. I mean, in January, none of this was even considered a thought. But then I lose my father, and then next thing you know, your world's upside down.
yeah, it'll all come in time.
Yeah, hopefully so. So how's it been going with Soundbound? Or gosh, I keep. Why do I keep that? That's how tired I am right now, you guys. After the day of work I had, I know it's South. God, I can't even
Southbound.
speak. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for saving me.
No, that's okay. So yeah, Southbound's been really good. We just released our latest single, Composure, just under 2 weeks ago. Um, so it's been a
Oh
pretty
yeah, I've heard that one way
yeah,
more times than I can count.
it's been a pretty exciting ride with this. Obviously, we've had a change of lineup in the band. So before I was kind of doing a little bit more of backing vocals and um, bass, and so now I'm taking more of a predominant lead with Missy. And yeah, so we put up this song. It's a really special song to us. It's definitely helped us get through some hard moments in our last couple months, and it's gotten a lot of love from Spotify, Apple Music, general our fans, friends, family, and stuff. So people are really liking the song. We ended up on the cover of Fresh Country this week, so that's really exciting. Within a week of the song coming out,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
yeah. So we're looking forward to hopefully. We've got a festival in November that we're supposed to be playing in Queensland. So if we can get up there and they'll let us in, we are stoked to go and play that because we haven't actually gotten a lot of time to play since we started as a band. We've gotten a lot of cancellations with all of the restrictions and lockdowns and whatnot. But hopefully by that time we'll be able to go up there and really show the crowd what we have to work with.
All the more reason if I land an episode with Andrea, that would be helpful for you guys too. I'll bet. Um, so I knew, and I knew about Southbound. I knew about that all along, and like I said in the beginning, yeah, it kind of threw me for a loop when you said create your own cult, and I literally, when she was talking about create your own cult, I was like, wait, excuse me. You want me to what? And then, but then she literally showed me a picture of the page, and then I was like, I see.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely kind of
So,
went off the radar with that band name, but we at the time when we were doing a rebrand of our old band, different lineup, different kind of sound, and we really loved the whole Bring Me the Horizon kind of cult imagery, and we really just wanted to, with our name, kind of create a community that surrounds what we like to do and not necessarily follow what people expect us to do and what other bands are doing in the industry. We just wanted to be like, this is what we do. If you like it, join us. If not, that's cool too. Thus came Start Your Own Cults, and it's had great successes so far for being an independent band. It's really it's basically a garage band project. We do everything ourselves, and we've had a lot of help from our producer Greg Stace, and our PR kind of Spotify playlisting mate and Andre Cordova. So we've had a really great kind of team that we built from the ground up. and we are looking forward to releasing more. We've been in the studio working on a bunch of new stuff that will be coming out soon. We're just kind of thinking on the right time to do it. We released our last single at the beginning of this lockdown, and it's been a little unmotivating because we had all these shows planned, a music video filming plans, and we weren't able to film our music video because lockdown restrictions, and all of our shows got canceled. We had a tour booked in October to go up to Queensland, and that's obviously been canceled. So we're hoping for the next release that we do get to do all these things that we were planning to do the right way. But we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. But our next song, well, the next song that's we wanted to release is definitely a banger. So look out for that.
Yeah, sounds like you got multiple projects.
Yeah. Some people are just like, how many bands are you in? And I'm like, a lot, enough. I'm overwhelmed.
Is there any other ones besides those two?
No. I do get asked often to do like collabs for writing and like covers and stuff. So I did that cover with Voya, the Stay by Justin Bieber and Kid Laroi cover. And that was really fun. And right now I have all that time to do that stuff. But yeah, in terms of, I've been asked to join other bands and work on other projects, and I just don't have the time when things go back to reality. So I don't want to commit and be like, hey guys, sorry, I can't actually do this. But I do try to work on music as much as I possibly can.
Dang, you're doing 10 times more than I've even been trying to, or even though technically I don't do it for the reasons you do. It's more to support my singer fam, and it's more for doing nice for the community and hobby and shits and giggles. But still, I mean, I do some music stuff, but it's not like my singer fam's doing. So. But if you do watch my stuff and you like it, I do appreciate that too.
I think everybody works at their own pace as well. Like I have such talented musician friends, and when it comes to releasing things, like they could be working on 20 different songs, but they might release a song, like one song a year. And then I'm aiming to release, like the lockdown project that I did the songwriting, I was releasing a song every day for 10 days. That I'd written that day. But some people, I think because I've just gone like this, and like once you release something, you just keep wanting to release things, and you kind of lower your expectations for what's to come from them. So I think people get really scared when they're releasing their first song. It's just like, oh, like what if it flops and nobody watches it? But my advice to that is expect nobody to listen, expect nobody to watch your video. So if you get one stream, that's a win. And everything that comes is good news rather than bad news.
I mean, my rendition recreations aren't the popularest thing in the world, but I've had some that have reached. I can't remember. I think last time I checked, I had one that got almost. I want to say 10,000, but I feel like I'm lying. I think it was like 7 or 6,000.
Yeah.
And like there was one recreation that I did when I was posting a whole bunch of them at one time. My locals know what I'm talking about, but like when I was doing all those things, I put up all at once, and I said, I'm going on hiatus. Here's a whole bunch to get you by. One of them has actually jumped all the way to the literal top most popular recreations I've ever done ever since my hiatus started. And I was just nonchalant, like checking it out just to see. It's like, wow. So, I mean, if you, I mean, even if you got a gift, big or small, don't shy away from it. Embrace it.
Yeah, definitely put out anything that you create because it's never going to go anywhere unless you put it out to the world. I think that's the hardest part about creating music when you're in the studio. Like, we'll record a song and become obsessed with it when we finish the recording, and then you have to go through all the release plans and stuff. And by the time that the song's actually out, I've probably listened to the song like 3,000 times. So it's now out on Spotify and on YouTube and stuff, and I'm just like, ugh, I never want to listen to the song again, but it's actually pretty good, so I'm going to. But yeah, everybody's journey is different in terms of releasing music and whatnot. But as long as you love what you do, you can't lose by putting out something that you love.
Amen. Amen. Sorry, I was getting really uncomfortable in that position.
That's so good.
Almost there. Almost there. And we're back to normal. Okay. Um, has the Colt played in the States?
No. We've also barely gotten the chance to even play in Australia. So all the boys are from Australia. We met here. When we released our first single, we did a show at this bar called Frankie's, and it was like a sit-down show, which was, in the end, it was good. We didn't necessarily want to play a sit-down show, which is why we had pushed our re-release of the band a little later, but we ended up playing that show. And then a month later, we played our second show, and that was the day that you were allowed to stand up in a bar, which was exciting. So people were kind of confused at first because we're all sitting in this venue, and then it's just like, you can stand now. Like, why isn't everybody standing up kind of thing? But I think people have gotten used to actually just sitting down in their spot at a venue. And then come the third show we played about a month later, that was like fully standing, so that was really exciting. But after that, all the shows that we had planned to do, we wanted to align with our releases and make them like shows for value. Like, we weren't just playing a show, we were playing a show for a release, or we were supporting a band that we love. And those had all been canceled since then. So we actually haven't played since April. We've played 3 shows with Starting on Cult, so that's been a little disappointing. But again, we're looking forward to things opening up and being able to play more frequently, and definitely travel more around Australia, and in time get to the States.
True. Rewind a little bit. And I know that there are some things Australia does that we do not, but sit down venues, bars, can't stand up. Well, that I'm kind of scratching my head about. What does that mean?
So, with the lockdown restrictions in New South Wales, especially, if you were at a venue, you would like literally have to book, like if you went to a restaurant, say you booked a table for 4, you would have to be sitting down the whole time, unless you were like standing up to go to the washroom or like go outside for a smoke. You would have to sit down. Like, you could walk to the bar and order a drink, but then you have to go back, consume your food or your alcohol or drink, whatever, sitting down at the table. So that also came back into concerts and whatnot. So all of the concerts would be seated because they didn't want to have so much COVID transmission at venues. So that was their kind of tactic as to slowing down the transmission, and if everybody had their social distance place. So it kind of sucked. It really definitely takes away from that live music concert vibe. But we got through it. I'm sure that we will go back to that kind of method again when things open up, but I hope it's not for a long time. it just really takes away from the excitement of going to a concert and going to see live music, and a little soul sucking, but hopefully these times will pass. I don't know if you guys ever did that in the States, but that's definitely been one of the huge things here.
Well, I mean, I don't fully. I pay attention and I'm up to date on certain things, but I'm fully vaccinated, and unless I have no choice but to wear a mask like at my work, then I have to and stuck it out. But for and I guess maybe it's the late night owl brain absorbing that information. It kind of sounded a little bit like you'd be severely penalized if you like got up from the table and like did anything or
Yeah,
something.
like we weren't allowed to dance. Only like recently things kind of started to open up to you can stand, you can go to the bar, like clubs were kind of opening to small capacities. Um, and then once we kind of got that second wave of COVID and that breakout, then they just shut everything right down. It's like things took months to open up to the extent that they did, and then within like 2 days, it's like not closed. Everything was shut within a day. Um,
Uh,
so hopefully, with the vaccination progress, they will be able to open up to a more normal state rather than only 10 people in a restaurant. You all have to be sitting down and you all have to be socially distanced. So we'll see how they go about it. But every day changes. So we'll just
yeah,
have to see what unravels.
yeah. COVID's also playing a damper in me getting back on my feet and kind of sort of the reason why I'm stuck here in an assisted living facility. But yeah, COVID's playing a factor in that too, which irritates me ear to ear. But I mean, like if if you're just graduating high school or college, anybody watching this, wherever you may be, and I mean, if you're unsure of what you want to do once you get your diploma, that's understandable. I mean, change is scary, and I fear change like the boogeyman. But but at the same time, don't take your time and wait too long to figure it out. Have a game plan because I pretty much wasted away all my 20s, and I know that everybody's goes at their own pace, and you feel like time's running out, and you lose the precious time with everything. But I mean, just don't make the same mistake I did because clearly I'm uh, um, pay the price for wasting away my 20s. So
I think the
just
biggest,
have a game plan, guys.
yeah, the biggest thing is like if you find a place in your life where you're not sure what to do, try something. Because if you just wait for years and years being like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to do this, like try something, you might find out that it doesn't work for you. But you might find out that you also love it. Like people change their careers multiple times in their lifetimes. So the dead set when you come out of high school, you're like, I'm going to go to college or I'm going to go to university for this. That might not be the thing that you do forever. So as long as you give something a solid go and decide it's either for you or it's not for you, then at least you tried. You know, and you're not wasting your time. You're doing something about it, and you might not know what you want to do until you're 50, but at least you've tried.
Right now, I'm worried about having a life before I turn 50. But you're right. But you're right. You're also right. You're also right. And what's even worse is that I'm not. I can't even be in the same space as my mother right now because the state of America I'm in, it's more geared towards the elderly, and there's not much people for me to be able, like me, to be able to be around. I'm lucky I got where I got, but I still feel a standstill.
Absolutely. Especially in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Amen. Amen.
All right. So what's next?
Oh, you ready to break the tunes out? I see.
Yeah, I'm keen to play some tunes.
All right.
So what do you want me to play first? I've got 3 songs that I'll play if you'd like. I'll start with an original.
Are we talking about something from Southbound, or could I suggest from Red Wine EP?
Yeah, I can do one from Red Wine.
Okay, let's see. Can you still do Masquerade?
Yeah, I might need to figure it out real quick. Yeah, cool. I'll play Masquerade. Secret August and worn down place kept undercovers with cold embrace, and I was searching for your authentic just to hide a face. You won't even tell me where you're going. And so here stand around, I'm running. Oh, I'm running. Running my mouth by your touch. And I'm thinking about this sweet touch. Seems that I'm the fool. I'm the fool for falling into you. But I'd love to save the day when we wash up with these haunting. And getting haunted and ashamed. This masquerade. So tell me, darling, will you tell me this how many souls have been on those mistakes? You've been playing little games like this just to hide away. And you're here and tell me where you're going. And you're here and standing around, I'm running. Oh, I'm running. Yeah, I'm running my mouth about your touch. I'm thinking about this way too much. Seems that I'm the fool. I'm the fool for falling into you. But I thought see the day when we wash up with these haunting. Who am I haunted and ashamed? This masquerade. Oh, 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 oh. I'm thinking about this way too much. Seems that I'm the fool. I'm the fool for falling into you. But I love to see the day when we wash up with this empty gangs and holding a kid in a haunted and ashamed. I'm running my mouth by your touch. I'm thinking about this way too much. But it seems that I'm the fool. I'm the fool for falling into you. But I love to see the day when we wash up with this haunting things. But who am I kidding? I'm haunting and ashamed. This masquerade.
uh, I want to rewind for a second. So you said that the cult has a Bring Me the Horizon vibe. Is that your overall sound inspiration?
Bring Me the Horizon is not a vibe.
We definitely in the production do draw a lot of our inspiration from Bring Me the Horizon sounds. But in saying that, we definitely have our own vibe as well, especially being a female fronted band. But in terms of some of the writing inspiration, some of the soundscape inspiration, we have not taken, but drawn a lot from Bring Me the Horizon's music to make what we do. But that being said, we also have a lot of other influences as well.
So meaning, well, first of all, to my brutal Amazon Echo, how dare you say Bring Me the Horizon is not a vibe? Hey, Echo, you're dead wrong.
4.
That's your answer. 4. That's your comeback. Y'all heard that, right? That's your comeback. 4. Dumb robot voice. Second of all, so I guess that it's fair to say that you listen to bands like Asking Alexandria and I was gonna say Chelsea Graham, but you don't scream. But like Architects and stuff like that too.
Yeah, so I grew up like going to work tours and going to a lot of the local shows with the screamo bands in the mosh pit, coming home with like shiners on my face and bruises all over my body, and